Here's something that really blew my mind. God was speaking to me, and I didn't even realize it. If I had understood the messages the universe was sending, I could have made so much more money, been happier, and gotten where I wanted to go much faster. The truth is, God is speaking to you too. The universe is sending you signals, and if you learn to tune in, it will change your life completely. Let me share my story to illustrate this. When I was working hard to become a college speaker, I poured everything I had into it. I was visualizing success, putting in the work, trying to land gigs. I even invested a lot of money into a mentor who was supposed to guide me. But despite all my efforts, the results weren't coming. I spent most of my savings on this mentorship, but when things didn't work out the way I expected, I was left angry and frustrated. To make matters worse, my wife and I were struggling financially, and my career just wasn't stable. So, there I was, 21 years old, with little money left, no clarity on how to move forward, and my dream of becoming a college speaker slipping through my fingers. The rug had been pulled out from under me, and I was devastated. I didn't know what to do next. It felt like the universe was against me. I was consumed by anger, fear, and uncertainty. But in hindsight, I realized that the universe wasn't working against me. It was actually guiding me. The situation was happening for me, not to me. God wasn't trying to break me. He was helping to shape me into something greater. This is a difficult truth to accept when you're in the middle of pain or disappointment, but it's the key to unlocking your true potential. I had an epiphany one night, unable to sleep, lying in bed, consumed by frustration. It was then that I realized something profound. I didn't actually want to be a college speaker. It wasn't my true path. I just thought it was because others were doing it, and I felt I needed to follow suit to have success. The real question I had to ask myself was, what do I truly want? That night, I decided that if I were to die tomorrow, I didn't want my life's work to end. I wanted my impact to live on. I realized that what I really wanted was to make content on the internet, to create something that would outlive me, something that would continue to help people long after I was gone. Not long after, I discovered Clark Kegley on YouTube, who taught me everything I needed to know about how YouTube worked. It was like divine timing. God had orchestrated all these steps for me. I signed up for coaching, learned everything I could, and applied it. After several months of struggling, my videos began to go viral. That's when everything changed. This journey showed me that sometimes what feels like a setback or a disappointment is actually a redirection to something even better. The universe is always guiding you, but you have to be open to hearing the message. When you're able to listen, you'll find that everything you've gone through, even the struggles, were part of a bigger plan that leads you to where you're meant to be. God isn't out to break you. He's shaping you into something more incredible than you ever imagined. Something incredible happened, and I realized that everything in my life was leading me toward a higher purpose. I saw how the universe was aligning things, even when they seemed to fall apart at the time. I had always felt that I was meant for something more, and when things didn't go as planned, I didn't realize it at first, but it was all part of the bigger picture. Let's think about it. If I had been a college speaker when everything went down, with schools closing and everything shutting down, I would have been totally stuck. I would have lost all my income, and my business would have been devastated. But instead, I had built an online presence, and none of that affected me. The universe knew where I was headed long before I did. It's like I was being led down a path without fully understanding the steps ahead. When something fell apart, like losing a mentor or a relationship, I thought it was the worst thing ever. But in reality, it was the universe's way of making space for something better. It wasn't until later that I realized the situation had to fall apart, so I could build the dream business I now have, connect with thousands of people worldwide, and create the life I had always dreamed of. It was as though everything had to get shaken up to lead me to something far beyond what I could have imagined. The bad moments opened doors I didn't even know existed. If I had stayed focused on the absence, on the lack of what I wanted, I would have kept attracting more of that. But instead, I started focusing on the truth that everything I wanted was already out there. It just hadn't materialized yet in my physical reality. So, when things don't go as planned, remember that it's either this or something better. The universe always has a way of pushing us toward what's meant for us, even when we can't see it. Whether it's a relationship falling apart, a business setback, or a dream that feels out of reach, it's all happening for your highest good. The first step in this journey is accepting what is. When you accept things as they are, without fighting or resisting, you open yourself up to receiving the blessings that are on their way. For me, it was the moment I realized the mentor relationship wasn't going to work and that my previous relationship had ended. Instead of wallowing in disappointment, I decided to embrace the truth of the situation. This is where I am right now, and it's okay. That acceptance was the turning point. I made a conscious decision that night to step into my true calling, doing my own seminars, writing books, and creating content online. That decision opened doors to an entirely new path that suited my life better. By accepting the situation, I allowed the universe to guide me towards something greater than I could have planned. So, when life doesn't go the way you expect, remember these 3 steps. Accept it. This is step 1. Don't fight what's happening. Accept that things may not be perfect right now, but they're unfolding for a reason. Harvest the good. Look for the lessons and opportunities in everything. Even in the toughest moments, there's growth and potential. And lastly, trust that this or something better is always in motion. The universe is always working on your behalf, even when it feels like things are falling apart. Sometimes the hardest moments in life are the ones that ultimately lead us to the greatest breakthroughs. For me, it took time to heal a wound that didn't make sense at first, but eventually I realized something incredibly powerful. Everything happens for a reason. There's always a lesson, even if we don't see it immediately. I asked myself a simple yet profound question. What's the best that could happen? Or more deeply, what is the universe trying to teach me through this? It wasn't until I stopped trying to control the outcome and just surrendered that I was able to understand. After a setback with a mentor, I realized that my path wasn't to be a college speaker. Instead, I saw a door open right in front of me, a new opportunity, and I walked through it. The universe was guiding me to something greater, something I hadn't even imagined yet. I met someone who was teaching people how to build a presence on YouTube, and it hit me. This is the next step. So I said yes to the unknown, and little by little, doors continued to open. Even when things seemed confusing or challenging, I chose to harvest the good, to see the lesson in every setback. Every struggle had something valuable to teach me. And over time, as my videos began to go viral and my life started to shift in ways I never expected, I saw it all come together. But the real magic happened when I reached a place of forgiveness. The third step in this process, forgive the rest. This was the stage where I had to release the emotional charge tied to the past. I remember lying in bed with my partner and, out of nowhere, saying how grateful I was for the person who had wronged me. At first, it seemed crazy, but I was thankful for them. I realized that if they hadn't done what they did, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have experienced the growth and success I now have. It was like a deep cathartic release. I finally understood that this person had been an instrument of change in my life, a way for the universe to shake me out of my old patterns. They were the catalyst I needed to unlock something far greater. And when I forgave them, it wasn't just about letting go of resentment. It was about clearing space for new blessings like decalcifying a pipe so energy can flow freely. Forgiveness isn't just for the other person, it's for you. It creates space in your life for more love, abundance, and opportunities. It's like you're making room for the universe to fill your cup with something even better than you could imagine. This is a reminder that life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Even the tough times are part of a greater plan. So, I encourage you to ask yourself, what's the best that could happen? Because I promise, it's going to be so much better than anything you've dreamed of. Whether it's in love, career, or personal growth, the universe is always working in your favor, even if you can't see it yet. And when you let go of the past and forgive, you unlock a whole new world of possibilities. So, take a deep breath, release, and trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good. The best is yet to come. And trust me, you're going to be amazed by how beautiful it turns out.